the collectibles in Chapter 4 are a little bit more open, if you will. It's not as linear as previous areas. But make your way through the cave. You're in the mural cave, and you're going to find the old way shrine key to the right. Right before you hop into the boat, you'll see that. And then to the left, we have an egg hunt. This is a merchant request. Don't worry, I'll show you where to get a golden chicken egg. You're going to have to sell that egg at the merchant. Next up, we're going to find a boat in the middle of the lake. We're going to find a treasure as well as a pistol. So inside the boat, we're going to find a chest with the Alexandrite. And we're going to go outside, swing around, and we'll find another more ornate looking chest, which will contain the weapon. This is the Red 9 pistol. So from there, we're going to head straight east, and we're going to find two items here. The golden chicken egg, which is going to be the first thing I'm going to show you, is going to be straight back, kind of around the back of the crates over here. Sitting right there. And then there's also going to be some treasure here as well. Don't forget, you only need to pick up the treasure that actually has an icon on the map. Some enemies, like an ogre we will encounter later in this chapter, will drop it, but it doesn't count towards the collectibles. It's only the ones that have the icons on the map. So we are now in the lakeside settlement way up northwest. There's a few things we're going to actually do here. You're going to see the big house in front of us. We're going to go inside of there after we've done everything else in this area, because we need a key to access an area in there. So we're going to head straight back. We're going to find another shrine here. This is a way shrine. So use the key that we got earlier. This key is going to allow us to open several of these shrines that we've had to pass previously. All right, so from there, we're going to just swing over to the door with insignia, open that up, and we're going to find just inside a merchant request. This is catch me a big fish. Now, we're going to go and get this request, and before we come back out, there's actually other things we're going to do. But first, pick up the merchant request, and I will show you where to catch that big fish. All right, so before we leave, we're going to go through a door here, and this is going to actually take us to the forest altar. We're going to climb up this ladder, and we'll be back outside. There are two items here, a small key. The first, the Clockwork Castellan, and this is going to be on the opposite end, beyond the fence. You can't access this area, but you can shoot through the fence. You find that little guy out there. You can see we're in a different area, forest altar. Now again, in the same area, there's going to be a small key. It's going to be on the back of a cart straight in front of me. Okay, so make your way back out of the forest altar to the lakeside settlement. We are going to now go into the house that we previously skipped, because we now have a small key. The small key, of course, isn't part of the collectible set itself, but it is required to get to collectibles that are required. So inside the house with that key that we just acquired, we're going to use it on this chest, and we're going to get a gold bar. If I was smart, I would melt it down into my own little trophy. I'll get 2 trophies, you all get 1. Okay, from there, we're going to go through the house, the back side of the house, and we're going to find a cellar that we can drop down into. And we're going to follow that to the red gemstone ring. There's the drop down point. I'll just keep following us all the way back, and you'll find it right there in the corner. Okay, so now we're back out on the lake, and we're going to do some fishing, and it's going to be near the boathouse, just northeast of the boathouse, in fact. And this fish is just going to kind of sit here in this area, so we're going to have to use our spear. So it's L1 plus R2. Throw the spear, kill the fish, and then you've got to actually go loot it still. So you got the golden egg and you got the fish. If you want, you can go sell it at the merchant. I'm just holding on to it because we're going to go that way anyway. So if your inventory is a little low, go ahead and sell it, free up some space. Otherwise, we're going to go to the top right corner here. This is part of the story objective. You need to acquire 2 different heads, and one of them is going to be behind this door. So if you don't want to see the code, just close your eyes for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. There we go. A little more than 3 seconds. Okay, so inside here, you got to collect that statue head. Feel free. There's Hexagon PC, though, is going to be right next to me on the table. we're gonna go pick this up. We have all 3 hexagon pieces. If you didn't get the other 2, they're in the fish area. We'll go towards it here in a moment. But then you climb up the ladder and you're gonna find a ruby in another one of those little metal contraptions. So there are 3 things you're doing in that tiny, tiny little space. All right, so our next destination here is going to be the Depraved Idol. This is where we use the hexagon pieces. If you don't have A and B, you just go through the tunnel up on the 2nd level there. Go through the cave to the fish area, and inside that area is going to be the 2 different hexagon pieces. And then you place all 3 of them here. Now you got to kind of solve this little puzzle. It does take me a moment. There we go. There's the treasure, the Depraved Idol. There is a secret path here, a river. You can actually come from the southeast if you wanted to instead, but I'm coming down from the river from the north. Now there's 2 collectibles here at this landing spot. There's a Splendid Bangle using our new key that we got, our Way Shrine key. You get the bangle, and there's another treasure that's going to be up again, hanging from one of those cans that we're going to have to shoot. It's pretty far up there. And hopefully you don't miss your first shot, but there we go. So now we're going to go to the large cave shrine. It's just to the east if we keep looping the river around. Now this is, you can see the treasure on my map, and we have to kind of make a long path around to it because there's a locked door between us and the shortest path. So we're just going to go around to the right here and just keep following this all the way around. You're going to have some encounters here. You're going to get to what looks like a split in the path just ahead here. Pretty big split. Instead of going left, we're going to go right, and you're going to see a ladder. We're going to climb up. Just ahead, hanging to our left, is going to be a little can that we're going to shoot, and the velvet blue treasure will fall to the ground. Now this area also contains the 2nd head that you need to complete in order to get the church key. So if you just continued straight in that direction, turn right, you'll find this ladder, and then the door is going to be here. I'm just going to enter the code. If you don't want to see it, I'll tell you when you look. Okay, there we go. You can look again, and there's the head. There's no other collectibles there, so no big deal. All right, so now I'm heading back to the merchant. We completed 2 of the merchant requests, so we have to sell the golden chicken egg and the lunker bass. That'll complete both of those side missions. This is the same merchant that we saw in the previous chapter, so the shooting range is all right here. All right, so now we have to head back to the church. Now we got the church key, assuming you have the church key, and on the way you're going to see another way shrine. This is a way shrine that we passed earlier and just couldn't do anything with it, but now that we have the old way shrine key, we can go ahead and collect its contents. And since we have to head back to the church anyway, it's a good time to come over here and grab this. Then you have a little bit of a run to get to the church. Once you get to the church, you're going to have to open the gate using the key that we acquired. As soon as we enter the church, we're going to go to the very front, and to the right corner is going to be a small key. And naturally, we're going to go ahead and use that small key right away. We don't hold on to these things very long, do we? To the right of the altar is the key. So the chest is actually going to be located in the church cellar. We have to go back outside. Swing around to the left. And so right through here, just to the left, we should see the cellar door. And there's the locked box. And that's going to do it for all the collectibles in Chapter 4. If you guys want to hit that like button, leave a comment, and of course, subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you in Chapter 5.